I thought I'd ask my group today who would like to be interviewed, just to give you a little bit of different people that are in Thinking Into Results and working with me or have worked with me. And I just asked them 3 questions. So the 3 questions that I asked them in the group was, what was your life like before TIR? What did you want? And how has your life changed? Are you coming in to talk to us, Jeannie?
No.
No? No? All right.
No.
Just check. All right, I'll let you go then. So
I'm here.
Yeah. So, what I thought I might do was hand the reins over to these 3 beautiful ladies that put their hands up for me. So it was Claudia, Valentina, and Jess. So I was going to come on and interview, but then I just thought you 3 can just unmute yourself and, I don't know, have a conversation or something, or I can interview you if that's what you want. But if you just, first of all, just all of 3 of you come in and just tell me what life was like before TIR. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first because my kids are very preoccupied right now.
I don't go for it.
So hello everyone, I'm Claudia, and I started working with Polly in January of 2021. I was pregnant and my husband had we'd finished up at the export yards and he was going contracting again. So I was back to having I was having the kids by myself. That was it. He was away for, I think he was going away for 3 months. And before he went away, I'd already had a phone call with Polly about this program and I balked a bit at the price. I was like, fucking hell. And then over the Christmas break, Lincoln and I had a conversation with my uncle. Actually, Lincoln had a conversation with my uncle and he's like, they had a few words and he said, personal development, mate, if you could get into that, like you'll love life a little bit more and, you'll be able to achieve so much more. Anyways, and Lincoln said that to me. And then I thought, well, that's what Polly had said to me. That's the kind of work that Polly does. And so when I went back to work, I was a little bit on edge about Lincoln being away. And I did think sometimes the conversation in the office was a little bit crazy between Polly and Jenny. They were like a little bit too positive, and I was like, oh my God. Anyway, and so I did this free training. It was around Australia Day, I'm pretty sure. And I was like, nah, I need to do this because what I'm feeling and thinking about right now, it was like I was a ticking time bomb waiting to go off. And if it wasn't going to be at my poor little kids, it was going to be at my husband. And the thing was I was just really stuck in this victim mentality. And I just needed to get out. I needed an out. And so I just went on a limb and said, yep, righto, Polly, I'm doing this. And yeah, I didn't tell my husband about it. He came home and visited me. It was about 8 weeks after, and he said to me, he goes, my God, you were so different. I was like, yeah, I spent $12,000 on a personal development course. And just blurted out. He's like, that's so good. Like, he said, I can tell it's really working. And I thought, fucking hell, that was easy. I was expecting something a little bit more, like, a tuning or something like that. And my why was because I was a bit of an explosive mum. Like, especially if I was trying to do something and they wanted my help for something. Like, I was just like, I was never ever abusive or anything like that, but I was just like, fuck off, I got to get this done, sort of thing. And yeah, I didn't like that. And I wanted to, I heard Polly's story about, wanting to be friends with her kids. And I thought, well, growing up, I wasn't really friends with my mum either. Like, my mum was awesome or whatever, but we didn't really have a friendship where I could tell her everything and share things with her. And I was like, I want that with my boys. And I was pregnant as well, so I just really wanted it to be different this time for me. So yeah, I can't remember what the last question was.
What has changed since you're going to do all 3 since you're...
Oh yeah, sorry. Zappa. So what has changed for me? I'm not an explosive mum anymore. But don't get me wrong, this isn't like a quick fix me thing. It's something that's work in progress. It's going to be a work in progress for the rest of my life, to not react and to respond to a situation first. It's so easy to just fly off the handle about something that could just be talked over. So that's what's changed for me. I like myself a lot better. Like, I was always confident, but I just like myself as a person now. And I'm no longer sort of worrying about what anyone else thinks when I walk into a room. It doesn't matter because I like me. So, yeah.
That's a great thing, Claude. Like, I had somebody ask me the other day, would you like you if you met you? And like the person I am today, yeah, I would. Back 5 years ago, maybe not so much.
Yeah. No, it is good. And it's helped improve every aspect of my life, from the mum, wife, business owner, and even my competition stuff. So, yeah, it's really
And
helped mold the person.
I think too, like, just being easy. Like, when you don't stress about stuff, it just comes in.
Yeah.
Like, I remember when you were going for the butcher shop for the first thing, like, I don't know how I'm going to get this money. Don't worry about it. It'll rock up. It has to.
Sorry. My time's up, obviously.
Okay.
Now.
All right. Okay. Let you go. Thanks, Claude. Thank you.
You're so welcome. Thanks, guys.
Valentina, you're off. Let's go.
I'm Valentina. I joined this beautiful community 2.5 years ago, and I'm grateful that I found more like-minded people. Something I was looking back in the time when I was being here in Katrin and waiting for my residency to come through and my working rights as well. The reason I love being in this group is not only because I can tell I have a lot of friends, but also help me. All these trainings I did in TRR with Polly help me to be more aware of the things I want and to let the fear, like I'm using the fear again, that just not to run my life. Polly gave me a lot of chances, and I really consider her as my friend. Through the years, I learned with her training to be more persistent in a work, and to just the model that everything is working out for us. Yes, I love myself. I love my body, even with some curves, but that's me all over. And if I have some doubts in me, it's I'm trying to brush them away much easier. I learned to use Ho'oponopono when I'm stuck with some situations and some people. Thanks to this community, and thanks to the TRR, obviously, and all the trainings, even unfortunately I couldn't do it in person because I lost my parents a couple of years ago. I forgave them for the things I thought it was wrong between us, and this really opened a big space for me to be calm and more understanding and it's a huge thing. I guess what I went through in my personal life, losing my husband 7 years ago, make my kids and I like a good team. So I didn't have any issues with my children, but still with all this I learned, and I'm still learning through this community. I'm applying it with my children, and I can see how good the things are turning out for us and for each one of us, even if they're not into this particular work I'm doing every day. But I believe with my prayers, because I do learn to pray more, because I think prayer, it's more than
It's you talking to God, isn't it, really? If you believe in God.
actually, I believe the prayer, it's more talking to my inner to my inner me or inner self, or I don't know how you right to tell, but yeah, when I doing it, I believe that I'm more talking to myself. I'm much more calmer as a person. Still, sometimes I can fire fire on quickly when I need to, when I believe I'm I'm right. But yeah, it's
So,
it's a beautiful experience. It's a beautiful experience being in this group and doing all these trainings and all the way for 2.5 years. Even the ability that this year I was able to go on will be 3 holidays till the end of the year without a Christmas one. It's a huge accomplishment for me. I've never ever thought that this will be able for me to do it.
and you got your working visa or your residency visa.
Yeah, I got my working visa. I got last year my car. Now, like I said, I'm
Permanent job.
about to get a property. And yes, I don't ask how, and the things are working one or another way. And yes, life is good. I can now every day I'm grateful for this, that life is good and the things are working out for us. Money are coming in a different ways and in a unexpected ways, and it's good.
Good. Well done. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Now we got Jess, everybody. Welcome, Jess. Hello.
Hello. Yeah, so I'm Jess. I live in Catherine here with my husband and 2 kids, and we have a contract mustering business. Up until last year, I worked full-time myself running a Brahmin stud, and we always had nannies looking after our kids, so that was a bit of my excuse to not go home, because I always had somebody there to look after the kids, and I just kept working all the time. And then I finished up working at the end of last year to come home, be a stay-at-home mum and work in our business. And so I didn't anticipate it, but I fell in a hole majorly, and sort of didn't know what I was doing or where I was. I didn't know who I was anymore. So I was supposed to do a training with Polly right at the start of the year, or it might have been April or something, which I put off. I didn't end up. When it come on, I was like, no, I'll watch the replay. I watched the replay, and I never did, but I ended up having a call instead. Anyway, even though I didn't do the training, and then decided to sign up, which was something that when I spoke to my husband about it, I was really nervous about it, because we don't really, well, up until then, sort of didn't really have that great communication around money and stuff like that. And when I talked to him about that, he straight away said, yes, go for it, do it, because he could see that there was a difference in me, that I needed to do something. So that was good. That was the start of it. And I've been with Polly since, April, basically, middle of April or something. And I find now that I'm a hell of a lot calmer than what I was. I can deal with my children a lot better, a lot calmer. I still go off my rocker sometimes, but it's nowhere near as much as it used to be. I can have better conversations with my husband now around business and money and just life in general. He's not home very often, so it is hard to communicate long distance a bit, but at least we can now have those conversations when he's back. And yeah, that's sort of where I'm at. I think it's just been really helpful all along, and I went on retreat with Polly as well, which was awesome. It was one of the best things I've done for a little while. So yeah, it was good.
Thank you. So where to now, ladies? Like, where are you headed now? If you want to share, I'll just let these go and then I'll ask you, Jennifer.
My is to never stop doing this, I think. As you know, like I'm in the next program from Thinking into Results. Like, it doesn't just stop once you finish this program. There's another step, and it really helps keep me accountable and helps me grow as well. Like, once I finished the program, I was missing something. Like, it was like I've got all this information, but I need more. So I was so grateful that there is another step after Thinking into Results. And yeah, so for me, it's something that's never going to stop. Like, I will always choose personal development and to study this sort of stuff.
Mm-hmm. And the butcher shop?
Oh, yeah. So the contract is getting drawn up next week, which I'm very excited about. And yeah, so I have huge plans in the next 12 months. It's only a little shop. It's got a big yard at the side of it, which is not being used for anything at all. So I plan on extending it. So the business is going to be making lots of money, and then we're going to extend. It's going to make even more money. And I just have, pardon.
The thing that I realized, like, just from our conversations over the last however long anyway, is that as soon as you accept an idea, you just run with it. There was not like, oh no, if we get the butcher shop, oh no, we're buying the butcher shop. I don't need to know where or how. I just know I'm buying the butcher shop.
Yep. And so funny. So Lincoln and I had like a little conversation about it. And then Lincoln got on the piss and told all his mates, yeah, we're buying the butcher shop. I think he told them that he bought it. We had like fucking $3,000 in the bank. And he told all these people that we bought this butcher shop. And I was like, oh my God, that's a little bit embarrassing, but that's what we're meant to do, isn't it? Like, it's like, we're manifesting it, aren't we? And I was like, yeah, we are. Anyways, at first I was a little bit like, oh, like, what if we don't actually do it? You've told everyone that we've bought it. So yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, you've got to act as if, hey?
Yep.
Yeah. What about you, Valentina? Where's next for you? You're buying the property. That's it, hey? Like, and then what after that?
Yeah, well, I have to find the Mr. Right. Otherwise, I have to drag the Mr. Left, put him drag him to the right side.
Ride him, put him under your pillow.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah. He would turn up when you least expect him. And that's one thing that I noticed through all of this.
That's why I'm not focusing on this.
Yeah.
I was focusing on something that I just wanted to kind of secure for my children. So the other one will come when it's time. So
when it feels the most natural is when it comes. So
that's why I'm enjoying the life, traveling, seeing places, and I'm happy as it is, to be honest.
Yep. Good. What about you, Jess?
Yeah, so I've in this over the sort of last 6 or 7 months, whatever it's been, I've started putting together a handful of little stud heifers, Brahman stud heifers of my own. So that's the biggest focus at the moment for me, is to continue with that and build my little stud here in Catherine.
Good.
And then and just continue to be right for my kids and here for them and everything I can be for them, basically.
And for you?
Yeah. Well, it makes me happier being calmer, so
yeah.
Good win-win.
Yeah. So good. Thank you, ladies. Like, anybody that's ever worked with me, if you ever want to ring them up and have a chat with them, they're always going to be open to have a chat. Like, even Jennifer Curley, she'll have a chat to you and tell you how she's worked with me too. Like, there is a lot of credit out there for what we do, and for thinking about the results rather than the circumstances, because circumstances are just going to keep happening. If you keep thinking into them, that's what's like, this is where people are just stuck in that momentum. We have to throw a spanner in there and get something that gets your thoughts out of your circumstances. Like I remember talking to Valentina and she's like, once I get my citizenship, once I get this or residency or whatever, and we're like, hang on a moment, you already have it. Stop thinking that it has to happen. Just go, this is what I've got. Now what would you go after next? So then when you focus on the next thing, it's like you've already got that one. So that's a lot of the things that we sort of do too. Jennifer Kell, did you have something to say?
Yeah, I don't know how long ago I did it, but I didn't have the support 100% of my partner, my husband.
Yeah.
So I did it, but I
Secret.
did. Well, no, I didn't do it in secret. I did it in front of him, and I did it without his support. And 6 months ago he passed. But through what I've done, the acknowledgement now that I'm stronger, I am what I think I am, and I'm capable, and I have all of the stuff that we wrote down when I did wherever it was back has all come to fruition for me. I have my kids back. I'm going up to see my grandkids, which I haven't seen. I have a car that I manifested. I need to hone what I manifest, obviously, but I love my car. And it is exactly what I manifested, all the little things. And now, since I did that this week, I went to town and I'm going up to Cairns, so I need some different clothes because I can't wear jeans and what I wear. I walked into a shop. Yeah, I like that dress there. So it's totally out of my comfort zone and what I don't normally wear. But I took it in and tried it on. And as I went to pay for it, the dress behind the thing, I thought, oh, that's nice. And she said, it's the only one. And I took it off and I tried it on. So I didn't even worry about the price tag, which you always go, well, not always. You go to a restaurant and you check out the food and Polly says, you got to think, I want $120,000 a year. So I've got to think like that. So I have been doing that and it's been manifesting. I got a sale item plus a normal, and because I bought the two things, I got the sale on, she dropped the second price. You know, it is
Always
yes. And that was a hard thing for me to accept. And now being here by myself, like I said, finding that thing when I dropped it and doing that fence by myself, it's only little things, but it's building up on it's believing in what you write and what you've been learned. And this book, like going back through this book, it's a Bible that you never forget.
Never. You never.
And I didn't do it justice the first time, but I am the second time. Like I put 110% into that week because I knew the first time round I did not.
Yeah.
And you get out of what you put in.
But
is the
we've got to just go back and go, okay, we did the best we could with what we had back then.
Oh, most definitely. It's my parents. I had to forgive my parents because they did the best with what they didn't have. And somebody said you only know what you know if you put it into action.
Mm-hmm. If you don't,
they couldn't put it into action because it didn't know.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to improve myself so I can break the pattern for future generations.
Yeah.
But you know, it's a blessing to put 100% into what you do, and being able to fall back into it in hard times is the thing I've got. The magnificent part.
What if I want to play with this idea in your head? What if you don't have to fall back into it in hard times, that you just keep doing it? So then the hard times become a breeze. Yeah.
Yes, it's my full stop. It's my brick wall. How's that? When I get into hard times, it's a brick wall that pushes you forward. If I don't, for want of rewording my words, do-overs. Man, did I do some do-overs the first time around, and I'm still doing it.
Always a good thing. Always a good thing. We all still
and changing and catching yourself when you say words before they come out. I was not. I was just something, and words come out. But now I'm even when I write them, I've noticed I'm changing my writing. So yeah, it's great.
And you use a blue pen now, hey?
I do.
Good.
I've thrown every black pen I own except for one out, because if I do government documents, you must write in black.
That's right.
But it's over there in the cupboard. There's blue everywhere else.
All right. Well, thank you, Jennifer. Thank you.